Joe, what's up? Hey, happy December. Yeah, welcome back to the videos. If you're looking for a place where you can learn how to make content for your brand, to use it for your social media or wherever you need to post it, here is your place of learning how to make content. Yes, karibuni hapa. This week I wanted to kind of shift gears and start talking about how you can engage now social media with your content. And basically that's now we're looking at YouTube, you're looking at Facebook, you're looking at Twitter, the different spaces that you can now begin to take advantage of. And every platform has its advantages and disadvantages, and that's what we're getting into in this December. Sasa, what we need to do here first is kind of trying to do like a landing into social media. And if you're trying to push your brand on social media, what happens is many people want to attack every space at once. So you want to have an Instagram account, you want to have this Facebook page, you want to have a Twitter account, you want to have everything at the same time. What I'd like to say at this stage is you're right. And what you're pursuing is, you're right, because what you're pursuing at this stage is visibility. And basically why you're actually posting on social media is visibility. The first thing that you want is visibility. Most of us jump the ship because we want to sell our products, or we want customers to come through quickly. So we think that immediately I post my product on social media, will begin to get customers immediately. Unless you have a well-known shop, or you're just selling shoes and stuff that people quickly need, then you will have to put in the work a bit for people to understand who you are and what you're selling. And I see people post on their status, like I have friends who sell clothes, I have friends who sell stuff, and they just throw them on status, and you will actually attract that person who probably is looking for a trouser or a shoe at that point in time. It's like the way someone is walking on the road and they see a shoe and they're like, oh, I like that shoe, and they just negotiate for the price and then they get. But actually what people miss out is that people want to know you. The best way for you to sell more, or for you to get more out of your pushing your stuff online, is that you have to take time and understand every platform and what advantages and disadvantages they have. So when I started out as a photographer, when I was a beginner photographer, I used to be that guy, you see that guy with a camera in your wedding taking photos, and you're like, where are they taking these photos? I always wonder, by the way, nyu peleka wapi hizi video mnachukua kwa wedding za watu? Anyway, so I'd take a lot of photos, and then I'd go on Facebook. Those days Facebook was big on photos, so I'd go create an album and upload my friends' weddings on. And if you go on my Facebook right now, you'll find weddings from 2010, like way back. And what used to happen is slowly people started telling me, even the people in the wedding, the people in the wedding, they would tell me, I wish I told you to shoot my wedding, because your photos were better than the photos that we got from the people who we paid. So I was like, oh, cool. So at that point is where I started thinking, okay, can I do this? So I started learning photography. I looked for a name. Then Facebook page was a thing. Right now, I don't know, Facebook pages, like if you're starting a product, if you're pushing your product, having a Facebook page, yes, for visibility's sake, but trying to grow a Facebook page is so hard nowadays, because people no longer really, especially if you're a beginner, people no longer and we'll get into Facebook page and look at it. But I feel like if you are back in the day when Facebook page was a thing, you now have an advantage over it. I think it also works for churches, big brands, like people who interact a lot. So if you do lives, like if you have a live broadcast, Facebook page will sort you out. In fact, I think it's more popular than, I don't know if it's more popular. I need to check the stats. What is more popular, doing a live on YouTube or on Facebook? And also it's preference and a generational difference, where people prefer. There are people who are more on Facebook because it's accessible, and there are people who are more on YouTube because it's accessible. So understanding the different spaces. So you can also do a live on Instagram, but Instagram is more advantageous if you understand how to do photos and short video clips, and we will look into that. So to wheel it back, you want to be on these spaces, but what you need to understand your product, and then pick the quickest social media spaces that will help you have quick visibility. So the first thing is understand your audience. Who's your audience? Where are they on the most? So I started a ministry called The Plug, and I realized it's for young people, and the best place that young people are in is YouTube and Instagram. So I went ham on Instagram, and I think I'll post it over here for you to see. And in a short time, I started getting reactions, and I understood the space, understood how to work it, what to post every day for Instagram, so that the people I'm trying to attract would jump onto the space. The other brand that I've tried to push also on YouTube and Instagram was a fitness page called Girls and Gains. We were working with Esther and Esther to push, because they're fitness enthusiasts. So I also went on ham on Instagram and YouTube, and immediately we started getting traction. So it's understanding your audience. So if Facebook works for you, start pushing on Facebook. If WhatsApp works for you, and you understand, by the way, immediately I post a status on WhatsApp, people gravitate towards my product. Imagine, go ham on WhatsApp. Forget about Instagram, forget about the other spaces, just work WhatsApp. Open pages on these other places, so that if people are searching for you, they can find you, but don't put all your effort there. Put your effort in the social media space where it works for you. For even me, when I've been doing Lens Afrique, so I used to be called Lovely Shots Photography, and then one day I had a creative moment, and you can check in the playlist where how Lens Afrique started, and how we coined I coined the phrase Lens and Afrique, and I put it together, and imagine someone tried and stole my name. How, yani, that is a story for the next video. In fact, the next video I'll tell you guys. I'll have videos where I'm doing story times. I have interesting stories in my content creation journey. So someone even tried to steal that name because it looked fancy. So so I became Lens Afrique, and I remember, I think I put one ad on Facebook, and it got traction. This is before Instagram, imagine. And the page it's well over 1,000 followers, but nowadays it doesn't have a lot of interaction, just because people kind of moved from Facebook and interacting with pages to Instagram. So I moved to Instagram, pushed, and even on that platform I got over the 1,000 mark, which has been hard to now overcome, move to the 2,000 mark, and that's a journey we'll walk together as I try to push that. But understanding my product, and my product in Lens Afrique is mostly portraiture and fashion photography, and you realize people interact more with fashion on Instagram. So I put most of my effort on Instagram, and then I realized I need to also have a passion of this content creation thing. So I started pushing stuff on YouTube, and that's how we are here. So basically, what am I trying to say? Understand your product, pick the social media space that's working for you, and push it. In the next video, we will get into more of how do you push a particular. So I'll pick a particular social media space and I will tell you what are the pros and cons about it, and we'll move on from there. Thank you for watching. It's been real. Hoo ha hoo ha ha hoo hoo.